I can't seem to shake you, baby. I can't seem to shake you, baby. All I do is dream about you, baby. All I do is dream about you. Remember when you loved me? I loved you, and then you left me alone. You know I'd always come back home. We can't pretend that this is the end, baby. All I do is dream about you. I can't seem to shake you, baby. I swear tomorrow that I'll give you up. Save the sorrow for when we wake up. But for tonight it seems I'm tangled up in you, tangled up in you. I can't seem to shake you, baby. I can't seem to shake you, baby. I swear tomorrow that I'll give you up. And I will save the sorrow for when we wake up. But for tonight it seems I'm tangled up in you, tangled up in you, tangled up in you, tangled up
That's right. And we're back on Chicano Tube. It's the Chicano Hour, the show that's brought to you every single 2 weeks. I need my gente in the comment section to do a couple things. One is hit that like. Two is don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And three, hit the bell. And when you hit the bell, you got to hit the all button. That way you're notified every single time we go live on Chicano Tube, live from Chicano Street with the most beautiful co-host of all, Mi Vida. How are you?
I am great. Thank you very much. Saludos, chat.
That's right. Shout out to everyone inside the chat that's trickling in right now. Let's go through some formalities and then let's get into it. It's Friday night. We bring you the most poppin'est show, every 2 weeks on Friday night. The Chicano Hour, as you can see right here behind me. And we might open up the phone lines. Who knows? Let's just see where it goes for this una hora. But let's go through some formalities. Gracias, all the day oneers. Gracias to everyone inside the members only. Gracias to all the Chicano channels. Shout out to Tony A. I didn't even know. I just subscribed over today. Norby's. Cabron, Norby's. How come you didn't let me know? Norby's started his own channel. It's called Run the Fade. The name
I
of
like
that.
those guys.
Yeah. So shout out to Tony A. Shout out to Norby's and Alex and the whole Tony Vision crew all the Chicano channels, Convicted Hearts, Jen Magana, another sister.
Yes, and I want to wish her a happy birthday. Today's her birthday.
OMG. I want to wish a very special happy birthday to mi hermana on this YouTube journey, Jen Magana. God bless you,
Mhm.
amiga. Happy birthday to you. She's probably not gonna watch this. She's doing her thing.
She was gonna do something with her kids.
She's
she
gonna
told
do
me,
her
yeah.
thing. Absolutely, absolutely. But it's cool. I mean, sometimes people join in. Like, I also want to give a birthday. Today's her birthday,
Today's her actual birthday. Yes.
so you know who she shares a birthday with?
Mm.
Rascal.
Oh,
Remember
nice.
Rascal?
Of course.
Yeah, Rascal. So shout
I
out
know.
to the homie hangout. I think they have the same birthday. I can't confirm that. Maybe someone in the comment section can confirm that. I thought at least he did a birthday live to him.
Mm,
So that's all to the good, my brother Rascal. We saw him last time we were
Reno.
in Reno. So shout out to him over there in that area. Yeah, cost of living is way. It's a little bit lower over there, right?
Definitely.
A lot of people
I want
cash
to
out.
say hi to Karina. She's on the chat. Karina Powers.
Oh yes,
Our
absolutely.
sister.
Mi hermana, that's right. Karina Powers running for Central Committee,
Yeah.
Monterey County
Mhm.
Republican Party, strong. And you got our full support, amiga. What I need everyone to do that comes up on the ballot is to vote for Karina Powers.
Mm,
But is that only in Monterey?
That's in the Monterey area. Yes.
Okay, area or the city? I forget because
Something
different
like
ballots.
that.
So there'll be
Something like that.
a Salinas ballot. I'll tell you what, gente, I already filled out the primary ballot.
Yes, we did. We did. We can't wait. 2024. Hello, Brenda Love. How are you, amiga?
Brenda Love is in the casa again. Happy birthday, Jen Magana, mi amiga, and she shares the same birthday as Raskizi from the homie hangout, helping others move in excellence. So, all the day oneers, all the Chicano channels, Norby's. I need everyone to go. Do me a favor though. Go to Norby's new channel. It's called Run the Fade Podcast. Run those numbers up. Let's get those numbers running up over there. I just did my first little fist bump over there, comment, and I didn't even know he had a channel. But shout out to Norby's. It's gonna be a good one because I think it's like you know what it is? It's like a reaction channel. Él está poniendo videos and then he's reacting. People like that a lot.
I know that.
Yeah, Norby's. He started his own channel. It has like right now 700 subs. But what he's doing is he's reacting to videos, and he's also reacting to some videos of people that are talking smack. And when they talk smack about Tony A, the Tony Vision team, you got Norby's over there. And guess what? The name of the podcast is Run the Fade. So the question is, will we ever see Norby's run the fade? So speaking of that, this is an adequate time to play this video. On top of everything else, they want this.
I'll go ahead and take him out in the second round.
Just know that you are gonna feel what's coming from this side.
You're not gonna see much, I'll tell you that.
I'm glad that he knew that that mask was gonna fly off. And if I win, I'm keeping the mask, eh?
And of course, I got to put this comment right here. Your newly appointed RNHA State's chairwoman. That is right. We're talking about someone who marched with, whose parents marched with Cesar Chavez, who really knows the plight and the struggle of the people. Because I'm tired of just people saying they represent the people and they go up to their mansions, they go up to their HOA, Beverly Estates, and aren't really tuned in with the people. That's not Karina Power. So, mi amiga, you got our vote. The new chairwoman. That's right, mi amiga. Shout out to Brenda Love also as well. So all of the formalities are all done. Amor, is there anything else that you wanted to mention in the formalities?
No,
The
just
intro.
say hello to everybody that's tapped in. We got Skinny. We got, of course, we said Brenda. We got Happy
Pinche el Skinny,
1977.
man. Tell me, did that forehead shot work? I seen Fools Gone Wild. They posted a guy. The guy said he got his whole face blasted. The guy had a black face, and I'm like, some people will do some way out things, but to each his own. A lot of people call that therapy. I don't know. Machine Gun Kelly just got a whole blacked out version of what I think it's going to end up being for different purposes for me, or maybe the same. Machine Gun Kelly. Anyways, we're going to keep it moving. Amiga,
Let's
amor,
keep it moving.
we saw the second episode of Yolanda Saldivar.
Mhm.
It was different. It had some twists. It had some major allegations that I don't know if it's true. Ahorita, when I said major
Mhm.
allegations, all of a sudden everyone leaned back and grabbed their coffee and started to grab some popcorn. I want to get your opinion of episode 2 so far in Yolanda Saldivar's Netflix.
So, I found very interesting that her nieces were talking about. I guess at the beginning of March of 1995 was when Abraham Quintanilla confronted Yolanda in front of Selena and her sister Suzette. I'm not sure if it was like the 9th around there. Um, anyhow, they presented evidence that after that, when you saw the movie after that day, that's kind of like the day that Selena and Yolanda had the falling out.
Yeah.
Well, after that day, they presented evidence where Selena actually flew to Mexico with Yolanda after that incident. So she kept going to Monterrey, Mexico, I think like 2 times, if I'm not mistaken.
Associating with her and doing
She
business.
kept associating herself. And so one of the arguments that Yolanda and the family have is that Yolanda's family is that uh Yolanda wanted out, and supposedly Selena was the one that kept wanting to hang out. Like, she wanted Yolanda no matter what, and she said she was gonna protect her from her dad. Apparently, according to Yolanda, which these are all, her statements, so we don't know if we could believe her or not, but she was fearful, and she was scared of Abraham, and, Selena kept saying she would protect her. And then, everybody else knows this story. So I did find that interesting that they presented evidence after that meeting that they had with Abraham, Selena, and Suzette. Selena did go to Mexico with Yolanda. So that's something that the Quintanillas have never brought up. So that's the only thing that did cause me to raise a brow. Not that it will ever justify what Yolanda did. I don't like that she talks about Selena having an affair with a doctor, because Selena is not here to, give her argument and defend herself. So to me, you don't blackmail anyone. I don't believe that, but even if it were true, that's just, what does that have to do with a murder? So yeah, so it was very
Okay.
interesting.
So
Yeah.
it's funny you mentioned that right there. So do you think that right there? Let's talk about the affair,
Mhm.
alleged affair. Let's talk about this alleged affair, and then I'm gonna give my take on it. So, do you think that's just for content, like meat and potatoes, something juicy? Because fucking people like
Yeah,
that, right?
kind
They
of
want
like
to watch that. They
mhm,
want to hear about affairs and all this shit. Do you think that's
mhm.
just giving them content for
I
like
think it's
make it
content for
explosive?
sure, for sure. It's just controversial, making it controversial. They want to paint a picture of Selena like she was human, right? She was imperfect. So that's something we're never gonna know. Personally, I don't believe that. I don't believe that she had an affair. I think that's Yolanda just making that up. But I mean, she put it out there. But to me, the only thing that was very interesting was that, when we watched the movie with Jennifer Lopez, um, after that meeting that they had where Abraham confronted Yolanda, after that, apparently there was a falling out between Selena and Yolanda, like after that, right? And then 3 weeks later, 2.5, 3 weeks later was a murder. But with the evidence that they showed evidence of flight tickets where Selena did fly with Yolanda to Mexico. So that's the only thing I'm wondering, why Selena kept going. I
Now,
I
what?
think it had to do with the businesses. She probably did feel like, I mean, I had a friend like that, remember?
Mhm.
Where it was hard for me to let go of a friend that was very toxic. Um, it took me a long time, way longer than it should have. So a lot of times we fall in that trap.
Yeah. So about the evidence, I wanted to say, what do you remember the evidence that they provided also for the alleged affair? What
It was a
was that?
little note,
A little note
hmm
from the
doctor to Selena.
Okay, what about the limo driver? Didn't he do something, or he
So the limo driver, didn't he say he wrote Yolanda
a
a
s-
letter
yeah, or a
Yeah.
statement or something? But it
where
was
where she got beat up, and he says it was a doctor that set that up.
episode 2 is a little bit more off the chain than episode 1. Would you say, like, because of all these allegations, it's like meat and potatoes, what people really like to see. The first one was pretty much the cheerleaders. Everyone was cheerleading, and of course, if you're not on Team Yolanda, you don't want to hear it. So the episode 1 to me was boring, but episode 2, they alleged the affair with an attorney,
Mhm.
had and then also brought up the fact that after there was a rift in the relationships with Yolanda, she kept flying with her,
Yes.
associating with her, catching flights. They even played some voicemails. It was a trip, gente.
Yeah, that was a trip.
That was a trip. They were playing voicemails that were never ever heard before until the Netflix documentary, of course.
I mean, days before she passed. So she was still calling Yolanda after Abraham had confronted her and presented her with, like, you're robbing Selena, through the fan club and stuff. So I think there was a part of Selena that didn't want to believe it. So she's calling Yolanda, just within weeks and days before she got killed. So that was very interesting.
And they also accentuated the fact that, remember, they kept talking about the dad, but that he was like a bully or
Yeah, like-
controlling. They were
Mhm.
trying to make the dad out to be a manipulating, macho
Mhm.
Mexican guy que le valía his way or no way. The movie kind of showed that when Selena was in a relationship, but then I'm a man. So I put myself in his shoes. When I see my daughter carousing around, I might grab the gauge too. I'm just saying, I don't know, but so they made him be the controlling,
Mhm.
and that what did she say when she was in the car? Remember on the 911 call
Mhm.
that que lo quería golpear o matar the dad, my friend's father, something. You remember?
She just kept rambling and saying things like she's scared of him, that he wants to kill her, and that he sliced her tires and a bunch of stuff, which I think
Crazy.
it's baloney. But
Crazy.
Yeah.
Or remember, we were talking about this actually. That's right. Corco Door Security. He got security. Keep poste, cabron.
Mhm.
Remember, we were also talking about we really don't know the whole story.
Mhm.
I can never be 100%, though I look at Yolanda Saldivar and I just hear like a liar.
Mhm.
I don't hear truth in her words. There's more motive for her now than ever to try to come off as innocent because she's coming up in March for a parole hearing. So now's the time for her to come off la Santa. In episode 1, when she said she didn't mean to hurt her, that was an absolute lie.
I'm reading El Skinny's comment.
That's right, El
It's
Skinny,
hilarious.
man.
Read it.
That's right, man. Hey, how did that forehead shot feel? That's what I want to know, Skinny. Anyways, we're not gonna. It's not the Yolanda show, but now that episode 2 came out, we're looking for episode 3. But episode 2 came out. The alleged affair is something that's gonna be circulating and trending in the news. The alleged affair, and then the rest
The affair came out a long time ago.
because he did an interview.
She did interviews. There's books written on that, that there was an affair. So, but it was dismissed by most people. Most people didn't believe it. To me, I guess what makes me upset is that till this day, she still keeps giving excuses why she did what she did, instead of just being very sorry for what she did. That's the thing that upsets me about her. So,
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
That's right. John Q said he's looking at 32 a modelo. Speaking of this, he said the runner's gonna. Speaking of that, we're just talking about right now, right? Some of these pendejos, a lot of people that don't deserve to get out. He's that John Q citizen, and in his, everyone knows the character the avatar that he's playing right there. This character right here is the biggest Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde character. I could imagine the kids of, if it was your son or daughter, if whoever you took out, and then they see you on YouTube acting like a pendejo and a clown, drinking beers all the time. I would be pissed off at that. But hey, some people just flip.
Yeah.
He's straight transformed. Hey, that's right. A skinny runner needs to tell the truth about Molly. Oh, there you go. Hey, when EBK, and we'll switch it right now. When EBK did that video on YouTube, Yarda, I would have put a lot more people in Mule Creek. I'll tell you that. Mr. No Name 1994. Okay, let's keep it moving. Gente, there was a passing, and this one hurts. This one hurts in the Chicano genre. It was an actor. His name Lanny Flaherty, but he's better known for his role as Big Al. Big Al passed away, gente. If I was in the solo studio where I have multi cameras and my sampler, right now I'd be hitting you guys with Big Al quotes left and right. But he came out on a movie, Amor, Bound by Honor. Did you see on my IG story?
I did see.
Okay, there one guy, he goes, what is it called? It was a meet and greet, Crucito. He was doing a meet and greet. Tomorrow, Crucito's going to be in Anaheim. It's called El Pollo Fino. Anyone that's out there in the OC area, I think it's Orange County area, he's going to be over there. But his voiceover was from him talking with Paco, his cousin. Well, that's the famous movie, that Big Al. So he had this famous line, no tortillas. He was a white guy. He ran with the white guys and all that. And it's a funny video, but you know what? Funny movie, great movie. Actually, should have been acclaimed a whole lot higher. It's at least in the top 5 all time of Chicano movies. And so just a moment of silence, cabrones, just a moment of silence for Big Al. No more Pintos for you. Nothing but Texas barbecue. There it is. And all the Chicanos felt that one. And if you don't know Big Al, hey, look him up. Big Al, Bound by Honor. We'll keep it moving. What I wanted to ask you about, I don't know if you saw this, but there was something that was trending nationwide. Lexit shared it on their IG. Lexit movement. And it was in a high school in Massachusetts. And over there, they allow boys to play with girls. So they allowed this high school player to play with high school girls. And so the video was, they went up, they got a rebound. They both had their hands on the ball, amor, and they like tied up their hands. And la arrebató tan fuerte. He threw her to the ground. And like she twisted her back and got injured. And the rest of, I mean, the comments are going crazy. The parents are livid and pissed because this is a man, a young man. Yeah. He's under age 18. Born a male. And he yanked that ball. La jaló, where, of course. Now do that to a dude. Okay, it's going to be a little bit harder just based on the muscle and the strain. Yanked her on the floor. They allow people to say, I'm trapped in a woman's body. And I need to play on the high school, on the girls' basketball team.
In a man's body.
Say it right.
You said trapped in a woman's body. So he's trapped in a man's body.
A woman trapped in a man's body.
A woman trapped in a man's body.
However, they go through their little psychosis and he injured the girl. Now the parents are thinking of pulling out all of their kids from the basketball team in this Massachusetts, a school called MA Academy. That's crazy. What do you think?
I think that's crazy, but we all saw that coming. You can't defy, nature. If you're born male, you are just stronger. Your anatomy, they have way more muscle than the females, so you just can't contradict nature. And so it's just crazy and bizarre. You know what? The times we're living in.
That was crazy when I saw that. I mean, it's like arrebatando la pelota and threw her on the ground and she twisted her back.
Poor girl.
Gente, she can get, when your back is hurt, I don't care how old you are, you'll turn into an old man or an old woman.
Yeah.
It could be a vertebrae injury. It could be a nerve that's even a permanent nerve, all because, what about a lawsuit? Can anyone, can there be a lawsuit filed? This is a biological boy. La arrebató, and what if she gets injured?
Karina says, everyone needs to sign the petition with Protect Kids California to fight back. Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that, amiga.
I appreciate you, amiga. Absolutely. You're on the front lines, amiga. I appreciate you bringing that up. We'd like to follow people that are putting us up on what we should know, especially because the primaries are up. So that ballot was really easy, amiga. There was only like 5 or 6 people to vote from.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, 5 or 6.
Oh, look, she just put the link on there. Thank you, friend. Um, saludos, Denise, my beautiful amiga. Saludos, Fume.
Denise Castillo's in the building. She says, Miss Queen La Güera just stepped
La
in the
Güera,
house.
yes.
Appreciate you, amiga.
I
Appreciate you.
just saved the link. Thank you so much, Karina, for sharing it. I just saved it on my phone. Guys, our friend Karina just shared a link. It's called protectkidscalifornia.com. So we should sign that petition.
Exactly, because what they're doing is they're stripping all the rights. This is what this is so crazy, huh? They're thinking
Mm.
that children need to be independent, that they have the brain capacity enough to make their own decisions at 11, 12, 13 years old. This is crazy. This is the opposite of evolving, gente. This is regressing. This is going backward. It would make our forefathers just roll in their graves thinking, what are they talking about? Especially when they're talking about putting boys in girls' bathrooms and stuff like that. I was like, oh, no, not my girl. I told my daughters, let me know if there's a boy inside that pinchy locker room. You let me know. That ain't happening. We don't fly with that. But anyways, we're going to keep it moving. But since we got Karina Powers, the RNHA chairwoman in the building, we're honored. We're honored. We want to say one more time, vote. Go out and vote.
Yes.
The primaries, if you got your ballot, don't just stuff it by the microwave. Okay, don't just put it on the side. Go and vote. It matters. Do you think the people should vote?
Absolutely, yes.
Now, what about the people that say, for what? It's a system's fixed, it's rigged, and why vote?
It could be, but you just don't lose anything by voting. You can pray to God that, something happens. So, yes, I think we should vote no matter what.
That's right. And so, and the Bible even says in Timothy, it says, pray for our kings. So we're going to pray for our kings that rule and govern over us because we believe God has put them there. Now, is it this year? I mean, we got to get it together more than ever. But I think, correct me if I'm wrong. I think more people have backbone now more than ever. What do you think?
I totally agree. You see more people being vocal now. I think it was today. So yes, today I went to go retouch my highlights, and one of the hairdressers, and they're, I mean, I could just say it, they're both a couple, they're gay, but he was just talking about what's going on, and he totally leans red. He's a Republican. He hates what the Democrats are doing. And it was so nice to hear two gay men talk about that in their business. And they're saying it's been hurting our business. Biden is hurting our business. Governor Newsom is hurting our business. And I was just hearing them, and that made me so happy. They were talking to their clients about it. I mean, they know I'm a big time Trump supporter. So to me, it was like music to my ears. But people are being more vocal. And to me, to see even the gay community speak out, that just music to my ears.
Remember when we went to those open California rallies?
Mhm.
Those are bad. Those
Yes,
are open
amazing.
California. So because they had closed down all of California, I mean, people were losing their businesses. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, yeah, those are the good years as far as unemployment goes. Okay, cabrones, you took all the money from the government, but guess what? Our taxes went up on the back end. I don't know if that makes sense. But anyways, so there ain't no more boasting about the checks. The checks are gone anyways. We went to a couple open California rallies. They were a vibe, nothing but rock
Yeah,
and
they
roll,
were. I remember.
American flags, rock and roll. There was like vendors and las trocas and all that. And again, gente, we're not here to push any kind of agenda on anyone. We're here to tell you, no, you need to research it for yourself because there's one party in particular that wants 4 more years of the same thing. And I don't care how you cut it. I don't care how you dice it. There is only one party that wants 4 more years. Only one party. So anyone that goes for that camp or that color and pushes them through the ballot, you want 4 more years. Period. Or does that make sense?
The crap that we've had for 4 years. If you're not tired of it, I don't know what will make you tired of it. But one of the things I've noticed is I try not to pay too much attention because I was paying a lot of attention 4 years ago, and it kind of got me in a big old funk. I was very depressed. So I don't want to be there no more. I'm aware, but I don't watch everything no more. But just lately, I have like some friends have been sending me videos of the hundreds of thousands of illegal people coming through the borders, and the majority of them are from the other side of
Across
the
the
world.
seas.
Yeah,
Across the seas. There's Syrians, there's
Syrians, Chinese,
right.
you name it.
So now, gente, so this is for all the people that
Mhm.
want open borders. Okay, again, this is not the border channel. There's other
Mhm.
channels that every single time they talk, it's the border, the border, the
Mhm.
border. This is not the border channel because I'm more concerned with the sex trafficking that happens at the border than people pouring over. Okay,
Mhm.
but during the last administration, 45, there was like 30 to 40,000 a month that were processed legally. Okay. And of course, there was probably 10, 15, 20, but for sure, I think it was like under 50,000. Okay. Coming over, immigrating legally per month. And that was in a 4-year term with 45.
Mhm.
Now we're 3.5 years with 46. Weekend at Bernie's. Guess what, gente? And you can celebrate this. It's totally up to you. We're just here to put the facts out. Guess what? In the last 3.5 years, not like with Donald Trump, where there was 30, 40,000 people immigrating legally, and of course, some slipping through, but less and less because he was giving all the money that the customs needed. He was supporting them 1,000. All of those agencies backed up 45.
Mhm.
All of every single law enforcement, if you had a badge, you backed up 45 because he was allocating resources towards you and putting money in your pocket and pensions and making it competitive and making you want to stay and do your job. Not like now, but anyways, now there's literally for the last 3.5 years, there's been hundreds of thousands coming over every single month. Again, you take that how you want to. If your tia, there's been an estimated 17 million unaccounted for migrants, unaccounted for in the last 3.5 years. So, hey, if you're for open borders, that's a victory for you. Celebrate it. You want open borders. There's 17 million people that no one knows nothing about. We don't know their background. We don't know whatever they've done in their life. We don't know nothing. We see some videos now, Syrians and this and that. And I'm not knocking anyone, but if you're for open borders, celebrate it then. There's 17 million people here that no one knows about.
Mhm.
So if you want 4 more years of that, just vote for the same thing. Again, I'm not making it an issue because they try to make it a raza issue. Oh, you should be for. It's not even raza coming over no more.
No, it's not. Mhm.
Your abuelita, she's here. your parents, like mine, they're here. Your great-grand, there's no more abuelitas at the detention centers. There's people that they don't even know nothing, and they're lying about what country they're from because they know 5, 6, 7 different languages. And some of them, I seen a video, one of them was wearing like an artillery vest. It was crazy. This guy had a straight 50-cent Teflon bulletproof vest coming across the border. And then another guy said, "You don't know me right now, but you will know me." And there is no investigation being launched by the Justice Department because it's weekend at Bernie's. It's weekend at Bernie's administration. I don't know. Let's keep it moving. That's right. El Chapo says, Mikey Buffer, let's get ready to rumble. That's right. So we already played the trailer, you guys. We're 1 week out.
4 more years of inflation, guys.
4 more years of inflation. Monday morning, I'm going to put posts. It's fight week. We're going to be promoting on a lot of major platforms reached out to me. And so we're going to make a budget for marketing with CCSOF, and whoever gets in with us now, I want a long-term partnership. I'm not looking to flop around. I want people to be real with me now that we can go long-term with this vision. And there's some huge platforms that soon there's going to be some announcements.
That's awesome. Can't wait. We're down to what, like 9 days?
That's right. Orange Razor. I think they said they found the terrorists coming through, bro, but they're coming through 300,000-400,000 a month. Gente, they're showing videos that they're just coming again. I'm getting off of this, man, because they love to bring this up every single 4 years. They love to bring this up, the border. But the biggest scam in the world is when they pass those bills and measures, because that's how they line their pockets up. We need some people that are fighting for us, that we don't have to question whether they're for us or not.
Right. I agree.
That's right. I appreciate you. 4 more. Karina Power says 4 more years of inflation. Yes.
Oh,
So
gosh.
who wants 4 more years? It's crazy because, what kind of boss do you want? Let me ask the blue collar workers out there, the blue collar raza out there, the ones that just that work hard. They're not like pencil like me. I'm a pencil pusher. They're not like me, okay, with secretary hands, pencil. The blue collar workers. Would you rather have a boss who maybe is straight, direct, assertive, maybe puts you in check every once in a while, but is putting good money in your pocket, good benefits, making your quality of life a whole lot better all the way around, and is constantly talking about cutting taxes and how he can make it better for you? Or would you have the opposite because you feel good, broke, you feel good, starving, you feel good, unemployed,
Not being able to afford anything.
but you feel good about your boss? What do the people want?
Mhm.
I don't know. Let me leave that to the people.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what it's going to take, but people aren't tired of it. People aren't tired of the high gas prices. Everything's so expensive. Like
That's right.
everything
Salabo's in
went
the casa.
up, 3 times, 4 times. So what is it going to take, guys?
That's right. Salabo's in the casa. You just reminded me of I mentioned on the other live I did pop up on Tuesday how people are commenting about the fight, EBK and Tony, right? And I
Mhm.
told them this is a real fight, gente. This ain't a boxing match. We just got to put them inside a boxing ring and put boxing gloves on there. But this is a real fight. This is a real scrap, right? But Salabo 831, he has Cesar Chavez on there on his avatar. And it's funny because the people that don't know anything about boxing are the same people that will go on Cesar Chavez while he's hitting the bag, working out, and will comment to the Mexican. I can't believe they do this. They comment on the Mexican Goat's IG live feed. Put your hands up, Julio. I just can't with people, man. I just can't with people. So again, this is not a boxing match. This is a real fight. I think people want to see I think people are going to pay to see Tony get punched. And I think some people are going to pay to see EBK get punched. No matter what, guess what? We're 9 days away. So I'm going to do a live on Friday night, the night before. I think I'm going to call it pre-fight live. That one's going to be lit. It's going to be lit. So tune in for that one. It's going to be next Friday night. That live is going to be on fire. We'll be answering all the questions. Of course, promoting it and doing all that.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
Leo M says Trumpzilla for the win. That's right, my boy. That's right, Trumpzilla. So right now it's looking like he's the Republican candidate, right?
Yeah.
Who are they fighting on the Democrat side?
I mean, it's
Newsom is
no,
still fighting?
Joe Biden is
But
endorsed. He's the one that's running.
Maybe Karina Powers knows it. Do we already have two yet or no? Well, the primaries are still.
They're still, but it's going to be Trump versus Joe Biden again. Unless
sure?
something happens. I don't know.
I don't know if he's 100% in or they might. At this point, he needs to be in, or say maybe they're forcing him in because
They're forcing him in.
no one. They don't think anyone else will get the numbers, right? They don't want to lose in a landslide, right? So what they're gonna do is, what do you think? Lo van a robar otra vez? I mean, I was with Nino America. He told me, Mikey, don't say that. Mikey, they'll take care. Well, let's just tell the people the truth. I don't give a shit. They whack the channel. They whack the channel. We'll come back stronger. But we told you the truth. That's what we're here for. I'm not here to tickle anyone's fancy. Robaron la última elección.
Absolutely.
100%, gente. No one wanted Weekend at Bernie's. So when they do that once, pierde fe uno.
Yeah.
Pierde fe uno.
I don't understand how there's people that don't want to hear the truth, that get very bothered with the truth. Like right now you're saying you don't care, that's what we should. We shouldn't care. We should want the truth no matter what. So the truth is we all know that, like he says, like my husband says, está robado. La elección fue robada. We all know that. Let's not play stupid, not turn a blind eye. One of my favorite comedians is Monique. You know who Monique is?
Oh, of course. She's
I
funny.
love her.
She's funny. She's funny.
She just speaks the truth. That girl speaks the truth. And I also love Roxanne. I just love Roxanne.
Yeah, she's another one.
I just love people that speak the truth.
Gente, there's people with the
love
biggest
it.
balls and speak the truth. They're mostly conservative.
Mostly
Just keep that
conservative.
real,
They just
gente.
keep it freaking
I mean,
real.
I just gotta keep it real.
Yeah.
Not just that, gente. What does the raza identify with, anyways? Look at our principles: Dios, familia, cultura, pro-life. I mean, these
Wow.
are just embedded in us. The only
Mm.
thing about
Freedom.
the freedom, the only thing about the raza is that sometimes we're a little too gullible, and we'll see what on TV, and
They'll get you through your emotions.
they'll get you through your emotions. They'll get you through televisión, Telemundo,
Oh gosh, Jorge
Univision.
Ramos.
El Jorge dijo, yeah, Walter dijo también, and we figured that one out was a little bit of baloney on the, but again, these are just moguls inside the icons of Latinos or Mexicanos, whatever you want to call it, and it's not like that no more. It's not like that. The proof's in the pudding, gente. We're not going to stay on voting too long or politics.
But
The proof's in the pudding. You want 4 more years? Blue, double S all day. No, just kidding. Blue all day long. You want a whole just revamping, and again, it's only for 4 years because another president can come in the next 4 years and undo it all.
Yeah.
It's a system of checks and balances. That way, one person doesn't just rule and shove his agenda, his or her agenda, down your throat forever and ever. They have terms, but how come they don't have term limits for the Senate or of the legislative branch? Maybe Karina Powers, maybe she could chime in on that.
Let us know.
Why do we have Dianne Feinstein? Rest in peace, Dianne Feinstein, who had a $250,000 salary but passed away with multiple mansions and millions of dollars in assets and liquid assets. Liquid is cash. How does that happen on a $250,000 salary? And then how does she stay in there for like 50 years? People were just voting, I guess. They're just voting.
Saludos, Turbo, El Chapo.
That's right. Turbo Duran's in the casa. That's right. Day one, cabrón. Don't forget about the pelea. John Q says unopposed. He thinks Biden, he's going in unopposed because he might be the biggest name, right? Just stay in the basement. Again, this is what's going to happen. Stay in the basement. Don't campaign. And for whatever reason, they'll come up with a law. They'll change a law. They will write a new law just for Biden to say he doesn't have to tour, campaign, or show his face in the next 18 months or something. I'm telling you, they will take it that far. They're doing it in our face. When are the people going to wake up?
The thing is, have you guys, I mean, anyone that voted for Biden, have you guys just heard him speak? That's all it takes. Just watch him for 30 minutes.
Weekend at Bernie's. That's what's going on.
And then
El Chapo's in the casa. That's a cold photo too, right there, Chapo. Damn, I wonder if he just sits in a cell in ADX and just stares at that photo, man. That was when he was surrounded by his family.
Nino America.
And his rancho. And what do you feel about Fanny's? I'm telling you, here's a crooked politician. This is how she's one of the ultimate clout chasers. 2 things. 1, she's a clout chaser. 2, she's adulterous. Okay, this is what happened. I don't know if you followed that she was attorney general in Georgia. Anyways, so she immediately filed one of the indictments against Trump. Filed an indictment after she got voted in or something like that, right? She immediately filed an indictment and then come to find out that she hired her boyfriend who was married, having an affair with her as a prosecutor. Huge conflict of interest. See, people that don't fly straight don't think about these things. Hacen chuecuras thinking the system is in their favor. Not that they're right, but that the system is in their favor. That they can change the system to go after me and you illegally should scare the shit out of you. Excuse my language. That's right. Nino America just stepped in the building, juice dripping. Okay, he got the juice dripping on the shoulders. Okay, and he got the Oakleys, and he got the headband. That's my boy right there, man. Don't forget to subscribe over to Nino America. He was one of the front liners.
Yes.
When nobody wanted to catch bullets. I mean, he's like a straight up Marine. They're the first ones that hit the beach. Nino America. Who else was it? MAGA Hulk? Remember MAGA Hulk? He was another one. Who else was it?
I remember him. MAGA Hulk.
What was the name of the güera? The one that, remember at the Open California rally? Remember, she had a huge following. I think whatever happened to Nino America? Whatever happened to that güera? She would do interviews with the microphone and had a little box on her shoulder.
Fox? Was that her name? Fox?
Last name Fox?
Something like that.
She had a lot of followers, and she was in people's faces and asking the hard questions, but was very, very had a high IQ. She had a high IQ. We met her.
He was saying he gave MAGA Hook his name. Yeah, I used to follow him too, and suddenly, you know what social media does? They'll just like remove them.
Well, he disappeared.
Well, I'm just saying, like, he doesn't appear on my social media no more. But I took a picture with him.
They could have banned him. They could have banned him.
He
too.
was definitely MAGA Hulk. I loved him. Amazing.
Yeah, MAGA
guy.
Hulk. Who else? Man,
So
Nino
was a big
frontliner.
speaker. Yeah, I was too, honey. You know that in 2020, I was loud and.
Was her name Marjorie Taylor?
No,
that wasn't her, cabrón. But anyway, she was thin, delgada, güera, but had brunette hair, like brunette or
very petite,
brown hair, and had a huge following. She had a microphone with like a gray microphone with a gray cord and had a little box, and she was all up in that rally. We seen some of the frontliners right here in Sacramento when no one else wanted to say open California. No one else. And what was it? On top of that, it was like a pro-life rally. It was an anti-jab rally, all that stuff. I mean, you've seen all the signs. I remember that one time I seen a sign. Remember, it was the lady. She said, "My son got injured by the jab." Remember that one? I was tripping.
Remember in Sacramento, right? Sacramento.
She had like 3 kids, and she had a sign that said, "What did it say? My son was injured de las vacunas," something like that. And we don't. Nosotros no metemos las vacunas. I mean,
we just believe in freedom. Like, if you believe in that and you want to get them, go right ahead. That's your freedom as an American. But as an American, we have the freedom to say no too, and that's what our forefathers fought for. You know, they fought so we can have that freedom, and little by little they're taking it away, and people are asleep. People are so distracted with a bunch of baloney and not paying attention that they are taking our freedoms away.
Hey, cabrón, El Skinny, I can never get a headshot, cabrón. I've already psyched myself out of blasting anything on my head. I don't know what it is, and I had a lot of partners that had headshots like you, cabrón. But what did I think about Arnold Schwarzenegger? What party was he?
Call in.
What party was he?
Get Nino in the phone.
What I was going to say is, let me put that number, I'm sorry, in the banner. What party was Arnold? Did he run red or blue?
Schwarzenegger?
Yeah.
He ran red, but he was a sellout. He was a rhino. You know,
we'll tell him. The Skinny wants to know.
So yes, he ran Republican, but he's a rhino. Basically, it's like a Democrat with a, disguising himself as a Republican. Same beliefs as Democrats. So he was a sellout for sure.
1735. I don't know. I forget my own number.
Nino, he ran as a Republican, but we all know he was far left. He ran as a Republican. See, Karina's clarifying. But he wasn't Republican.
But what I think about Arnold is that he's a badass. I mean, he was on top of the world, Mr. Universe.
He's also sold out. Like, we know a lot of these very, very talented people. They have gifts, yet they sell themselves to corporations and just as I don't know.
I get that.
Big people.
I'm talking about when he pulled up in that leather jacket and on the Terminator.
Call in, Nino.
Yeah, if you want to call in. But anyways, so sometimes they play those little games like, you know what? Let me vote myself red, but then I vote everything blue, right? Because they sell themselves like across the aisle. They end up selling themselves across the aisle, and his friends help friends. That's why I mentioned on my last video, gente, the United Farm Workers is done. United Farm Workers are absolutely done. You cannot tell me that the United Farm Workers are not 100% vendidos. I know it's going to get people mad that I say that, but it's the truth. Go to the United Farm Workers IG page. What do you see? Nothing but blue candidates. Yes. They're all supporting blue candidates. Why is that? Why not speak objectively and let the people, put the facts out for the people? They're not even for the raza no more. That's why the membership of the union of United Farm Workers is less than 10% of the current population demographic of farm workers. Less than 10%. You know why? Because they got good benefits. Now the labor laws done change. They're paying them overtime when they never. I used to see farm workers pay stubs, and they had 120 hours on one pay stub with no overtime.
Dang.
They did them dirty. Now it's not that. Now they got benefits, so less than 10%. So you can't tell me that the United Farm Workers are not a political group. There's no way. You can't convince me. They're sold out. And some people say agüitan because, la bandera or the huelga bird and all that stuff. I'm not saying anything against that. The original movement was pure and true. Cesar Chavez himself, we learned some of his mistakes from some of his mistakes. We're not doing that, because I think he was influenced. You don't think he was influenced? I think he was influenced.
For sure.
I mean, I think he might have been a puppet.
I agree.
It upsets people, but how else would he have a socialist? How else would he not have a socialist? How else would he have a socialist mentality? He straight up had a socialist mentality. So I know that he was a puppet. It upsets people, but we're here to speak the truth. Nino America, you're live on the canal, cabron. What you got to say?
Hey, man, what's up, everybody? I just want to say God bless everybody in the name of Christ our Lord in the chat. And you and your wife, Mikey, I appreciate what y'all doing. And it's funny because you talk about back in the day, we were on the forefront, bro. But now, if you think about it, y'all are carrying the baton now. So I salute y'all, Chicano Tube, for what y'all are doing. Everybody that's, just trying to stand up for something. And it's a new day, and hopefully everything gets better in this country. But we know what the Bible says. I don't think it'll get much better. But I just want to salute everybody on here, brother. You just had me just thinking about back in the day, bro, when everybody's out here. But most of us got shadow banned. And I told you before, Mikey, about the politics, bro. Once you start talking about the politics, it's like a big old target on your back. So I salute you, bro, for, what you and your wife are doing and what y'all have done. It's basically like a legacy that y'all basically have planted it out down there in Cali. And I just salute y'all. And I just wanted to tap in, brother, and just see what's up.
Yeah, I appreciate you, cabron. I'll be coming back on the canal. You already know it's a political year, so let's get this thing cracking, okay?
Saludos, Nino.
Yeah, just be very careful, Mike. Just be very careful with the topics, bro. They're gonna start just banning us and censoring us as it ramps up with the with the election year, bro. So just be very careful. And everybody out there, go vote. Vote your morals. Vote your like Jesse from Lexington says, vote your godly morals. What you believe in, and that's what we should be voting in. Not just politicians, but what we believe in, and the people that we believe will do the right thing. And that's what I want to say right here. I just want to salute Chicano Tube. Everybody watching in the chat. Shout out Tito, all the California Patriots. I'm in Texas. Everybody talks bad about Cali, but I say, you know what? We got people on the front lines over there. We got our people behind enemy lines, and I salute all the Christians, all the MAGA hatters, and everybody in California. God bless, Mikey. Thanks for letting me call in.
That's right. I'll talk to you soon, cabron. Cuídate.
All right, later.
You already know what it is. He said frontliner. We're just speaking the truth. As long as far as we know it, we grew up here. We're born and raised, and so they can't tell us what affects the neighborhoods and what doesn't affect because we're still here. We're in the neighborhood. So I appreciate you. That's Nino America. So what you need to do is go subscribe over there. It's 8:00. Let's get the last comments in of the night. Shout out to Door TV is in the casa. Don't forget the fight, you guys. Monday is fight week. You're going to be seeing the fight promoted pop up on a couple different platforms over there. And I'm in talks with some platforms on some long-term relationships. They're popping. They see this popping and it's about to pop off. So tap on in. Let's talk business. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to, Amor?
No, I was just reading the comments. ACB Chemistry and Gabriel. They both said something that I 100% agree with. Ask why in every town in Raza, America, why is there a church with a white Jew as a Christian priest? Look, all the old school Mexican movies. That's 100% true. Talk about the Zionist and you'll be shut down, to say the least. They run it all. Oh my gosh. I just, for about a year, Gabriel, I have gone down the rabbit hole on Zionist and the Jews and everything, and ooh boy, and yes, they run the world, and you can't speak bad about them. They're the ones that run it all.
I guess if you come to that revelation of who the bosses are in the world and who runs things, then like America said, be careful. But you know what? I'm at the end of the day, again, I've told you this about the YouTube channel. Not on here for likes. I'm not on here for views. I'm not on here for comments or anything. That's all great. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Grow the channel, all that. But if they whack the channel and it was because I spoke the truth,
they whack it.
Whack it, but someone believed it and it got to them to open their mind and their hearts. we accomplished the goal.
That's right.
We accomplished the goal because they were watching Univision and listening to their parents and watching Telemundo. And we're like, damn, these are some Chicanos that are still in the neighborhood that are telling us
Love it.
something that makes more sense. They're backed up by logic, they're backed up by statistics. And that's what we do here. We speak the facts every single 2 weeks. You got the Chicano Hour. You got Mike. You got Christine on Chicano Tube.
Mhm.
Live on Chicano Street. Let's read the last comments of the night and give some last shouts out or any words that you want to say to anybody or any channel. Or
Just guys, we're God-fearing people. We believe in God. So just believe in God and trust your inner gut. Just let whatever try to um whatever you were told from school, your parents, if you could put that aside and just pretend like you just came to the world and you want to learn everything, but trust your gut intuition, your gut, and you're gonna find out a lot of stuff. And don't vote with your emotions. Vote, with your intelligence.
Robert C says Mexicans are half of California. You are not lying. We're 40%. And you could break that down different ways. Mexicans, Mexican Americans, Chicanos, it's all the same thing. Again, people trying to reinvent what the term the raza means is ridiculous. We keep saying this. Be proud of where you're from. Period. But the raza movement, it's like me walking into a room full of Koreans and me trying to convince them that I'm Korean.
Yes.
It doesn't make sense. So anyways, Mexicanos are 40%, and that's the demographic. Of course, we could be more because a lot of us don't register in the census. We could be 50, 60%, or at least 50% of California if we just open our ears. And I feel like doing some of these podcasts in Spanish, man. Maybe that'll help some of the people. Hablar puro español, because the raza, some of them are just, they don't speak in English. And we're first generation Chicanos here, and we speak English. Last comments of the night. El Skinny, pinche El Skinny with the forehead blasted. Pete Wilson. I don't know about Pete Wilson, but that's old school shit. I mean, he's not around anymore, right? He's retired. So
Karina says we are undercounted. It's more like 60%.
that's what I think.
Yeah,
But
we're the majority.
it's because, again, the borders have been open, gente. I mean, Uncle Trump was like halfway of trying to establish a system, but he couldn't get it done because they shot him down. Uncle Trump wanted to give DACA 1.8 million people inside of DACA full citizenship, not a pathway. Not let's start you right now. I mean, there's criteria, right? They had to be like, taxpayers for a certain period, be crime free, all these other things, right? But he was about to make them all if they just would have helped them fund security on the border. And guess what they said? Dedo, no, we're not. That's racist, this and that. They're playing with you and they're playing with me. They only need us every 4 years. And then after 4 years, they're going to disappear. Last comments in of the night.
So we got Chemo Flix just tapped in.
Oh, is that right? Where's my brother?
California American, Chicano Tube. Yes.
Chemo Flix. I
American.
was trying to get at you, Chemo. Dispensa, if you don't want me tagging you on, I didn't know how else to get at you, just in case you wanted to come to the pelea, because you're a VIP. Obviously, the generals of the YouTube yarda can always come to every single pelea. That's what I was trying to get at you, Chemo. But I appreciate you. If I don't hear from you, it's porque no estabas interesado, Anyways, we'll let you guys go, guys. The Chicano Hour live. Thank you for IG for tuning in, because we're live on IG también.
Nice.
Yeah, we're on live on
Awesome.
IG.
Mm-hmm.
Gracias, YouTube Landia, Chicano Tube, for tuning in right here. Go back and catch the replay. If you're listening podcast style, only on Los Audífonos, Mike and Christine, we thank you for tuning in. We thank you for opening your ears to what we got to say. And we hope you take some things to heart, and at least it makes you think a little bit that we don't just sound the same like every other channel. We're trying to give you something new at all costs. We're going to speak the truth and nothing but the truth. Gracias to Nino America that checked in. Thank you for everyone.
Thank you so much, amiga.
Mi amiga Karina, Corco Door Security. Gracias, carnal, for the door, the poste at the door. He held security the whole time. Chemos Flix, Turbo Duran, Gabriel I, Tito P, El Skinny, HCB Chemistry. That's right, my boy.
Mike's World.
Orange Razor.
Jay,
is that
Tito.
Mike's World is in the casa?
Mike's World just tapped in.
That's right, my boy.
Saludos
Mike's World.
to all. Thank you so much for your support.
And we're going to wrap this one up.
We're down to 9 days.
That's right.
Big events.
The big events coming up, you guys. And next Friday night, we'll do the pre-fight night live. It's going to be lit. I can't wait because the next day is Judgment Day. I'll talk to you guys soon. We appreciate you guys every 2 weeks at Chicano Hour. But remember the most important thing? Remember the most important thing, what we always say. In the end, all you got is the memories.